Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Geeks at the Roundtable. It's episode 69, so I wore no sleeves today because it's just sexier that way. And as always, I am not alone. I'm here with my co-host, Zach Pope. Zach, how are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing wonderful, man. I woke up less than 5 minutes ago. I'm here and I'm loving the background. I missed it. I love the Baby Yoda. And you know the other thing I missed? I missed that set. I don't know what it
This,
is.
yeah.
I like your other one, but that one's just
Yeah.
classic.
Because
It's
this is
classic
the
Ren.
first one. Yeah, this is the one you first met when you first met me, when you first found me on YouTube.
Yes.
So yeah, I miss it too most of the time, not gonna lie. So I hope you guys like it as well, because this is going to be the set for like the next, at this point I wanted to say 3 weeks or at least 2 weekends, because I think I'm going back on a weekday. But welcome everyone to Geeks at the Round Table. And if you're new to the show, basically we're going to discuss a few news topics, and then on the second half of the show we're going to answer your live questions. There's three ways you can submit some live questions. You can just insert them into the live chat and we'll do our best to get to them should they be appropriate for the show, or you can support the channel as you give us great topics to discuss through super chat or through the tip link in the description, and we will answer your question immediately. Thank you so much everyone who's joining us right now, from General Kenobi's art to Luke Ponto to Bruna. Bruna's here from France. For Tony Movie Chappie, Movies and Train Studios. Thank you all so much. We know why you guys are here. This is going to be the biggest attendance to the show ever, because everyone sees it's episode 69. We're going to get down and dirty. But before we do that, Zach, we started something last week, something that I think is really fun, and that is the weekly ranking. So we are going to rank everything that we watched throughout the week, from the worst thing to the best thing. And last week you started, so please allow me to start us off this week. I watched a total, so we're combining movies and shows, episodes of TV and movies, and I'm going to start with a movie, and I'm going to tell you right now, at number one is an episode of a TV show, and I'm not going to spoil anything on that episode because at least one person here, I know she hasn't seen the latest episode of a certain TV show. But at the very bottom of my list is not the latest, but a very recent Netflix movie that came out on Wednesday, America the Motion Picture. It's
Yeah.
awful. It's awful. The last joke is incredible. Everything leading up to that just doesn't work. It's too much. Like, you know the old saying, too much of a good thing is bad? Well, this movie is it. I didn't know what to make of it. I didn't know what the point was. It felt self-indulgent to the point of annoyance. Again, if you want to take a look at the last scene of the movie and see how it ends, it's actually really funny. But up until then, it just didn't work for me. But I've seen some people who've enjoyed it. So if you've enjoyed it, let us know your ranking as well, and we'll share it right here. In second place, I watched it yesterday. And Zach, you were right. Boss Baby 2 is better than the first one.
Doesn't
That's
mean
not
it's
saying
great
much.
though. Yeah.
No, it's not even good. I'm not gonna say I laughed a lot, but there's a nice message. There's a nice through line to it. I like the story of parenthood. The main character Tim is actually likable this time. The anime, like, you can never complain about the animation on these movies. As much as they suck, the worst DreamWorks animated movies, they're beautiful looking, and this film is beautiful looking. Jeff Goldblum was just being himself. It felt like he didn't know he was in the movie, um, but yeah, it's not too much. It's an improvement, but that doesn't mean it's good. In third place, I'm going to put yesterday's episode of Shaman King. Now, there's a difference between Boss Baby and then this episode.
No, don't lie. Boss Baby was pretty close to Shaman King.
No, it wasn't. This was just a slow episode. There was nothing particularly spectacular to it, but it was solid, a good story, another great half an hour spent with these wonderful characters that I love. So I was very happy with that. At my number, what are we? So the fourth thing I'm going to rank this week is something that I just watched this morning, Zach. I woke up, I went to check what was the latest things on my YouTube that I had to watch, and Chris Stuckman uploaded a new movie review. And I was like, I have not heard of this movie. I went to check if it was available anywhere for me. It
Till
was,
Death?
and so Till Death. I watched Till Death, starring Megan Fox, and you know what? It's kind of poetic because yesterday the news,
You shit on her.
I guess, news came
You
out
shit on
that
her
she
yesterday.
I did.
Did you apologize to Amanda?
No, I'm not going to apologize. I'm going to say, you know what? I finally seen something that Megan Fox is good in, performance-wise. This movie was pretty cool to watch. It's nothing spectacular. I'm not going to remember it by the end of the year. I'm not going to remember it by the end of next week, probably. But it's a pretty solid watch. A very self-contained thriller that just does what it has to do very effectively. And in that regard, I was extremely surprised. All right. Next up, we have The Tomorrow War, a movie I was curious because I'm a sci-fi geek. I'm a fantasy geek, in case you cannot tell. And it surprised me how much of an earnest and effective heart it has.
Dude, that's the best part about the movie.
It is.
That's the best part. Especially the main girl.
Yvonne Strahovski.
Dude.
She's great. Like, the second half of the film considerably picks up.
I've always loved her. Yeah, and dude, she is the best part of this entire movie. She is
she should have been the main character.
Dude, I was because I've always liked her, but every time she's in the movie, she always becomes the side character. Never, dude. I sat there just going, "Holy fuck!" And there's one scene that I'm like, why does she not get more work? It is baffling to me. And I remember Zachary Levi, same thing. After Chuck, he said that, like, I almost took my life. I almost just quit acting. I was in a depressed era. He goes, I wasn't getting any roles. I was auditioning for everything and nothing. And it's the same thing for her. She was up for Captain Marvel at one point. And she would have been great. She would have been so good.
Yeah.
Dude, if they weren't going younger, most likely for, like, Sue Storm and stuff, I would say she would be a great Sue Storm.
You know what? We were talking about Poison Ivy yesterday. I think she'd make a great Poison Ivy.
Yeah. Especially if it was like Ben Affleck's world, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so The Tomorrow War comes in third place. In second place, Fear Street Part 1, 1994. If you guys like old school horror films like slashers, this is really, really fun. It feels like it just came out of the era, but with modern day technology, modern day storytelling techniques. Characters are solid, and it's a great start for a very promising trilogy. I cannot confirm nor deny if I've seen the second part already, so this one is really good, the start of it all. And at number one, obviously, and be careful because there are people in the chat who have not seen it this week, so if you talk about it, please don't spoil anything. Loki was fucking perfect this week. The single best episode
Marvel's ever
out of
my opinion.
Out of any of the shows they've put out thus far, like up there with the best WandaVision episodes, surpassing that best WandaVision episode. I love it. That post-credit scene. Cannot wait for next week, man. Cannot wait for next week.
So I want you to know. So the week before, there's an actor that shows up in here.
Yes.
And the week before, I had people commenting, they're not in the show. They're not in the show. Why do you think they're in the show? Literally saying that to me. I had one fucker message me saying that that's not true. Do not put out lies that someone was cast in a show and they're not. And dude, I went back to that. This is how fucking petty I am. I went back to that damn comment section and said, fuck you, I'm right. Fuck you, I am fucking right. Because I fucking was. And so we'll talk about it in a second. Obviously not spoilers, but more about the episode. Great episode.
What was it? I was just about to say, I had something similar happen to me this week with, remember my Mortal Kombat theory video when the trailer came out? I was like, hey, he looks like Scorpion. I had a comment this week, Zach, like, I want to say 2 days ago. It wasn't yet. Yeah, on that video. And was like, I watched the movie. He's not. Like, I don't even take time to respond to that. Otherwise, I'd be like, well, I watched the movie too, and I was wrong on a few details. I've already said that publicly. I was wrong on a few details, but
pretty close.
He is.
Dude,
he is. Like, the conclusion I got to, it's what it is.
I woke up this morning to probably one of the dumbest comments I've ever watched. It was from one of my early reviews. Guy says, "You are fucking terrible. Why are you still doing this?" And dude, I commented and I was like, "This video's from 6 years ago." And they replied back like right away, which is just fucking creepy. And they go, "Oh, that makes sense." I'm like, I was literally like fucking 18 trying this for the first time, you dumb fuck. Clearly, like, you can tell. Like, it's like he thought, like, look at the date of a fucking video before you comment, too.
No, but you know what? It will sound wrong what I'm about to say, but just stay with me. In his or hers defense, just earlier today, I was watching a video and I was like, when was this video from? And now it's very tough to see it. The YouTube, for some reason, keeps it hidden. It doesn't. You like have to open the description. You have to make sure the tab you're using is occupying the full screen. Yeah, if you don't have the tab completely open, like just occupying half of the screen, which is usually what I do because I'm working with several tabs, it doesn't show the date. So it is dumb, and I don't want to defend that person, but just in case maybe that was what was happening on their end. Maybe. But I forgot something yet again, Zach. I forgot something. The Bad Batch episode this week. Yeah. I will put it right above Boss Baby. So before Till Death, but right above Boss Baby. So again, there's a big difference between the Bad Batch episode this week and Boss Baby 2.
But Bad Batch
that's my ranking.
It
wasn't great, but was not bad. It was very watchable, very breezy. It's perfectly enjoyable. It's not the worst episode of the season.
No, you know what's been wrong? Like I've told you, I really dig the show. The problem with it though is, especially now, there should be no filler. Now you have 6 episodes left or less. No filler. You gotta
6 episodes now.
I think so. Yeah, I'm not, but yeah. So okay, so let me do
this was 10th. Yeah, go ahead. I'm going to get out of the screen for a sec, but I'll still hear you.
Right.
So go.
So guys, my bottom tier is The Forever Purge. This movie was not great at fucking all. It was actually really forgettable. And the more that I think about it, the less I like this movie. I think the best part about it is the main 2 leads. They do as great as they can with the script, but they're the best part. One of them's going to be in Black Panther 2. One of them is in Army of the Dead. Really, really dug them both. The guy who's actually in this film is rumored to be Namor for Black Panther 2. We'll see if that ends up coming out true. There's a lot of things that are kind of coming out in the last week about Black Panther 2 if you want to read those and figure out what you're thinking about the movie. The next one will be The Boss Baby 2. Significantly better than The Forever Purge. Still not great, though. I don't know if I went into this film with like the lowest expectations, but I sat there, put on the screen, and I'm like, I have no interest in watching this at all. I have zero interest in watching this. I'm only doing it because I said I would take the screener. And it's not bad. Not bad. It's not great, but I didn't want to shoot myself in the face while watching this one. So that's a bonus. Next would be The Bad Batch. I think this was a very forgettable episode. The whole time I was watching it, I literally contemplated, should I even review it? Is there even anything to review in this? And I still reviewed it. Doesn't mean I should have. It just would have felt weird.
That's what I felt. What I felt like post episode 1 of Bad Batch. I was planning on, okay, I'm going to review this every week, and then episode 2 comes out, and I'm like, there's nothing to talk about here. And then episode 3 comes out, and I'm like, there's nothing to talk about here. If I don't review
it, it'll bother me that I'm missing that 1 or 2 episodes. You know what I mean?
I get it. After the 3rd episode, I decided, okay, I'm not going to review the show, even if next week is fantastic, which it wasn't.
This was
I'm like, okay, I'll just, for you, really, okay.
I've liked I even like this one. It's just like, why do you have these 2 really powerful episodes that are super important to the story, and then you go to this one, which had some good development with Omega and Hunter, but after the reveal of Omega the week before, you really should have dove into that. You really should have dove into that this week. And like, I understand they're doing like the Rebels approach, but the difference with Rebels in this is Rebels had way more story episodes than they had just basic missions. Which again, Bad Batch is entertaining in there. Don't get me wrong. I am enjoying the hell out of it. But I'm very disappointed in this episode because you just gave me 2 literally 10 out of 10 episodes with story, with development, all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, so you're going up, and it's just like, nope, we're going to go down. We're going to take a detour. It's like, okay, whatever. Next one after that is, and this doesn't mean I don't like it, the Tomorrow War. I really dug the Tomorrow War. The more I think about this one, the more I like this one. I still think the time travel thing's a little bit too convoluted and kind of stupid at times. I also think the tones.
Do you think we can talk about the time traveling system itself at this point without spoiling the movie? Because I reviewed it earlier. Obviously, I didn't want to talk about it, but so let's not spoil anything. But so basically, what happened? How you time travel in this movie is you get sucked up into this energy dimension, I guess.
That's what my dad said.
And so you get sucked up, and then you come into the future down. You come down, but you come down like falling. You could fall on the ground and you go splat. Boom, you die. And it happens. It happens to some extras. Like, what the fuck? Even Chris, like, they put the main character close to death, which, number one, you know he's not going to die because there's no movie if he does. But the very fact within the story that this guy that was so important, as you see throughout the movie as it progresses, and he very well could have just died, humanity would be like, oh well, we're fucked.
Well, that's my thing.
I don't get the system, dude.
Well, didn't have a glitch or something, like wasn't supposed to be like nicer. I can't remember if that's what they said.
I don't, 'cause everyone was falling.
No, I know, but I think they said that like this one had a glitch or something. I swear it said that.
I don't
remember.
remember.
In the chats watch the movie, please say. I swear they said it was a glitch. Because if it's not, I just was fucking laughing during that. Which, that's my thing. I thought tones, it sometimes wanted to be really serious and sometimes wanted to be like a fucking action comedy. For me, it needed to choose one or the other. Don't get me wrong. Comedy was good. The drama was good. But it was very jarring to me while watching
anytime it was Sam Richardson doing comedy, it worked. Everything else fell flat.
Yep, and he's great in it. He's great. I like him too. And that's my thing. And the thing about this movie, it's like I have so many cons with the film, but it's still so entertaining for me.
Yeah, very enjoyable.
My biggest con, the movie literally, it's like you're watching a porn. And it makes sense because it's a 69th episode. And
yeah.
They finished.
You dodged that bullet.
Literally 50% into the video. And you're like, okay, well, what's the rest of it? That's how this film feels. It takes 40 minutes for them to get to the actual time traveling. Which, okay, cool, you're setting up stuff. That's fine. I wasn't too mad about that. Then you get into that act. The second act's awesome.
It peaks on the second act.
It peaks on the final action scene in the second act. And then you go to the third. Literally when stuff happens and the third act starts, you're like, well, where do they go from here?
Yeah.
It very much felt you could have taken one more rewrite and fixed that. That should have just been the ending. Like, you shouldn't have had to do all that shit.
Because even by the end of the second act, not only do the characters have the answers, you have the answers. So a better movie would have ended in the second act, and you're just like, okay, then what happens in the third act happens, but you don't necessarily need to see it. That's how I felt.
No, because it's like it very much felt more convoluted to just do it. Like, they could have been like, the military's going to do this. You know what I mean? Done. We already have our plans. This is what we're doing. So not bad, not great, fucking awesome to watch though. Next, going up, I'm gonna kind of speed through these. Summer of Soul. This was a great documentary. If you really want to watch it, everyone knows. They literally said it in the movie. You know, everyone knows Woodstock. No one knows this Harlem Festival in 1967 happened the same summer. And guess what? This is pretty much what they say is Black Woodstock. Great stuff. Next one after that is Black Widow. I adored Black Widow. as a movie. I think this is a movie that is a near perfect prequel, in my opinion. Not going to say much more because Ren still hasn't seen it. Fucking bullshit. And then my number one is Loki episode 4. This is hands down the best. It's tied with my favorite WandaVision one, but I was absolutely fucking floored throughout this episode. I can't tell you guys. I stood up for the last 10 minutes and just was standing staring at the screen. I haven't done that since Mando's finale. I seriously have not done that since Mando's finale. I was so fucking invested. That when it gets to that final few moments, I'm like, oh my God. I had fucking tears in my eyes too. At one certain scene, I was like, holy shit. This is just, it's one of the best episodes. I go from here. How the fuck do you top this? I seriously, like, I mean, I don't imagine the rest of the show being bad, but every episode arguably has gotten better than the last. So, Loki,
we get some payoff, things change, we get someone's return to the MCU that I was very happy to see it. That's all I'm going to say. Ooh, it's so good. It's so good, man.
So, all right,
everyone.
Topics, man.
Let's just see if someone else has shared their rankings. And here we have Nate Ankenbauer. Number 1, Ozark Season 2. Number 2, Fear Street. Number 3, American Motion Picture. Number 4, The OG Purge. Nice one. Jack Alexander. Number 5, America, the Motion Picture. Number 4, Lamp Life Shorts, one of the Disney Plus shorts, I believe. The Good Dinosaur. Number 3, Bad Batch. Excuse me. Bad Batch episode 10. Thank you, Zach. And number 1, F9. Sorry, you don't have to apologize, dude. I'm envious that you enjoyed it so much, and Zach enjoyed it too. I had a lot going on this week, so I didn't watch much. 5 minutes, Jesus. 5 movies is pretty good. That's like 1 movie a day, my friend. So you're good. Luke Ponto says Big Fish was the best movie I watched this week. Movie and Train Studios, my rankings, some of those are rewatches. Number 1, Monsters Inc. Number 2, Loki episode 4. Number 3, Bad Batch episode 10. Number 4, Sicario. Finished watching it and I didn't like it very much. Respectable. Actually, take that back. The Tomorrow War, number 4, and number 5, Sicario. And Bruna, with her member badge, you can now become a member of the channel. There's 3 levels, and you get different perks depending on the level. One of them is a Q&A every month. The biggest level is you decide what videos I make, so go check that out if you're interested. My ranking this week is nothing because I literally haven't seen anything but Drag Race. Rank every single episode that you watch of the Drag Race, that's what I say. All right, Zach. Why don't you, and that's it, I think. Yes, it is. All right, Zach, why don't you take us into our second topic today?
All right, man. Second topic of the day. Tobias, how do you say his name? Tobias
Menzies.
Menzies is in talks to play Sinestro in the HBO MAX Green Lantern series that I still really don't give one fuck about. Just saying.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not. I need to see something on this damn thing, man. I read this casting and I went, all right, he's a good actor. I don't know what it is. I don't have faith in this fucking show. I really don't. I don't know. I just, because Berlanti's doing this one, right?
Yeah. Take this into account. Berlanti was not only the creator, but he was the showrunner around the time when your favorite seasons of the Arrowverse, when you enjoyed it, were around.
Jesus Christ, man. I still, though, I don't care.
At least that's a good side.
I guess so.
I'm very excited for this because I love Tobias Menzies. I love him in Outlander. If you guys aren't watching Outlander, number 1, it's just a really great show in general. Number 2, Tobias Menzies. So Outlander is a time travel show, okay? There's the main character. She jumps back and forth in time between the 1960s, I believe, and then she goes back to the 1700s or maybe before that, probably 1600s. And Tobias Menzies plays a dual role. In the present, quote-unquote, 1960s, he is the main character's husband. He's such a nice person, dude. He's lovable, he's kind, he's gentle, he's caring. Just the best person ever. Like, you love this dude throughout the show, even with what happens to him, what the main character does to him. It's like, my God, I understand you, but this dude is so good. And then in the past, he plays an ancestor of himself, and it's the most despicable person you've ever seen. Think Michael Fassbender in 12 Years a Slave levels of despicable. And he plays this dual role, and it's fantastic, especially when the show is cross-cutting between past and present, and the guy in the present is trying to figure out something, and then you have the villain in the past trying to kill our main character. It's so good. He's so good. He's fabulous in this role. I love him. I never thought of him for Sinestro, but I think it's an amazing choice. So I'm very excited for this. I'm not as negative as you, Zach, on the Green Lantern show as a whole, but I'm still not pumped for it. I'm still not, let's get this show on the road. Let's just get this show going.
Let's do it.
This is probably the first piece of casting. And again, he's just in talks. Nothing is confirmed.
But usually when they're in talks, it's pretty close.
When they're in talks, it usually means the studio has said, we want you for this role, and the actor has said, okay, I want this role too, and now they're negotiating pay. But if he gets cast, this will be the first piece of news about Green Lantern that I'm like, yes, okay, I'm on board, even if it is just for him. So this to me is a good sign, at least. So I'm knighting it. How about you?
I'll knight it for now because I really like him.
Okay.
I need to see something from this show. Like, what the fuck is this show? What's the budget? Because you can do the Superman and Lois show on a lower budget.
Oh, yeah.
This show, you need a big ass budget. And I think that's where I'm a little bit hesitant with it. I just give me a Green Lantern movie, man. Just give me a Green fucking Lantern movie.
I wouldn't say no to that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our third topic is that the Directors Guild of America has announced that movies, to get qualified, to get nominations, they must have at least a week of theatrical release before going on to any other platform, be it streaming, VOD, digital release, Blu-ray, DVD, whatever. This is, on one hand, a good sign. It means they're putting that stamp down there, and it's the directors doing it. It's not any other third party. It's the members of the Directors Guild. That's the directors. They usually make the movies that end up being nominated. But it's also a bad sign for movies like anything released by Warner Brothers that would hopefully get an awards consideration.
Right? Point blank, right?
Yeah, point blank. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure there are other examples, but I'm sure I was the only one who saw this news and was like, "Oh, so Warner Brothers, what are you going to do about this?" Zach, how do you feel about this, and why was the first movie specifically that came to your mind Dune?
Because Dune probably would be nominated for Best Director, I would assume. You know, I read this. And I just went, put it in theaters for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. You're already doing it next year. I'm being honest, and I know some people hate this. Like my dad, dude. Yesterday, I ran into I went to visit my girlfriend at her job where I used to work at, and I know everyone there. Well, one of the girls was like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch the Forever Purge on HBO Max. It's so cool that every day or every week they're putting all their new movies on there." There's a lot of things wrong with that statement. First off, Forever Purge is not Warner Brothers, so I didn't want to tell her that, though. I didn't even want to get the fucking argument. Second off, now you're conditioning people to want that. So next year when you decide not to do this, people will be pissed. That's just the truth. You're pissing people off. My dad loves it, and I get it on his perspective. I get it on my parents' perspective, my grandparents' perspectives. They don't want to go to the movies. They don't feel comfortable. Still, they don't. And a lot of movie theaters are going 100%. They don't care. For me, I don't give a fuck. I'll lick the fucking floor if I have to. Cool. You know, I don't care. I love the movies. But with these I can get a Cry Macho. I can get maybe even The Conjuring 3 going on streaming and theaters first day. I still do not understand why they are doing Suicide Squad first day and Dune. Your big blockbusters should be in theaters only. I understood earlier in the year, but we're at a point now where almost every fucking theater is back open. Almost every theater. What was it? I think Black Widow is going to be in almost 4,000 theaters. That's a normal occupancy. Wow. And then I think AMC, Regal, and Cinemark all went 100%. I'm pretty sure. I know AMC did, and Cinemark. That's huge. Just put it back in theaters, because here's what's going to happen. A lot of people who are interested in Dune will not go to the theaters to see it if they can watch it at home for free.
Yeah.
That's just the truth.
It's a shame.
Mm-hmm. And it sucks that it should not be like that. And it doesn't matter how big of word of mouth you get at all the film festivals beforehand, whether how many you premiere it at. Joker, if Joker was in this year's scenario, Joker made $1 billion. You want to know why Joker made $1 billion? Because it had hype built around it. And then once that film came out, it was only in theaters. So everyone wanted to see what the hell it was about.
Mm-hmm. If
you have that same hype out Dune, let me tell you, if they have the option, they're going to stay at home.
Yeah.
Do not. I'm saying this. You want to push this thing for Oscars. That's what all the reports are saying. They have such high confidence in this. They want to push it to be that next Lord of the Rings type Oscar winner. And they should. Even if it's not great, they still should, because it's Denis Villeneuve. And I'm saying Denis Villeneuve has not made a bad film, ever. In fact, I would go as far as to say almost every single one of his films is a masterpiece. There is not one other director right now with that same trajectory of their entire filmography. To the point where I watch a film of theirs and I go, almost every movie I think is near perfect. Seriously, there's not one. I love Nolan. There's at least one or two films that I'm like, they're really good, but I don't love them. I don't think they're perfect. And that's like one or two movies. And then you go and look at Tarantino, same thing. I fucking hate Death Proof. I hate Death Proof. I think it's terrible. But everything else, I love.
How about Damien Chazelle?
He's close, but he hasn't done as many. But he hasn't.
Yes, true. Okay, fair point.
That's why I'm saying, like, Denis has done like 10 movies, I think, already, or at least close to it. 9,
10 or 11, 10 somewhere. Or 11,
he's around there.
I'm gonna check.
Even his earlier work was great. So this is my thing, dude. He's only been nominated once. Now it's for Arrival, which deservingly so. He should have been nominated for Prisoners. Prisoners should have been a total Academy. Enemy, I understand why it wasn't. That was a very small movie.
Blade Runner 2049.
This is my thing. Do not fuck Dune. You literally are planning a spin-off show on HBO Max. You are planning tons of other stuff. This movie, I can't rant enough. I like what Warner Brothers is doing earlier in the year. I was adamant about it. I still didn't love it, but I think it did some decent things, so I can't completely shit on the entire thing, but that doesn't mean that it's still a great thing that they are doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's directed 11 movies, by the way. Dune is going to be his 12th. It's tough to give a verdict on this topic because I like the decision on the DGA's part. It just sucks for Dune, for the directors that have directed HBO Max movies or Warner Brothers movies in this case, and how they're going to get affected by this.
An amazing film came out earlier this year, because I don't think they've had like that, like, oh shit, this is a great film, like Oscar-worthy type stuff yet. But imagine if they did, and it already came out and they can't do anything about it. It's over. It's done with. You know what I mean? Like, you just fucked people. And like, what is it? There's a film coming on only on HBO Max, and it's The Fallout. I'm not saying it's going to get Oscar worthy, but if you push that movie, I saw it at South by. That was a really good movie. Good movie. Jenna Ortega is so good in that.
Oh, that one. Okay, I haven't seen it.
And that's my thing. It's like, okay, so it has no chance now. Nothing. Nothing. Not one chance.
Yeah.
And, I know there's a bunch of other movies that also, are getting this end of the stick, but the reason we're not talking about those is because Warner Brothers is the one being more affected by this, since it's every single one of their movies.
Yeah.
So.
And it's a shame. I'm going to defer the verdict for this one because it sucks. It sucks for the directors, but at the same time, I understand and I like the DGA putting their stamp. Look, you have to release theatrically to be nominated. I'm like, cool, that should be the way.
Hey, real fast. I wonder if Denis is a part of that.
He probably is. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. Yeah,
because if he is,
because he's like forcing Warner Brothers' hand. So good strategy. You know what? I'm going to knight it. If he is a member of the DGA, which
I'm going to look it up right now. I'm going to see if I can see the members.
So if Denis Villeneuve is a member of the DGA, I change my verdict and I'm knighting it. If not, I leave my verdict up in the air per se.
All right. I found out how to find out. Give me 1 second.
Okay, you found out how to find out. Interesting.
A website.
And guys, prepare. Our main topic today is the best movie sex scenes. We're gonna do top 5. So get ready to share yours if you wanna share. In actual movies, actual Hollywood movies. Doesn't have to be Hollywood because I have an international one on my top 5. But real movies. Okay?
Dude, he fucking is.
He is, so he's forcing Warner Brothers' hands.
So we can show everyone.
Okay.
Well, it says there's no photo available.
Let us see.
But so I went to the DJ's website. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. And so there's this thing. So watch this. So, look at this.
Here we go.
Okay, so you see this.
There it is. Villeneuve.
See, look. So
Denis Villeneuve.
Type it in. Submit.
Yeah. There it is. Director.
It's all it says.
Weird how it doesn't even have any information.
That's
but
why
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's another one. Let's
type in. I don't know. Martin Scorsese.
I'm not gonna be able to spell that.
Scorsese.
Let's just do Martin.
Martin Campbell. Martin Scorsese. What other Martins are there? I don't know any other Martin.
Apparently all these people.
Let me check something. Oh, I can't zoom in on my end.
Okay. Well, let's click on Martin Campbell. Maybe there's a picture.
Martin Campbell.
No, but
okay, but he has credits.
So
maybe
Denis new. Maybe Denis new.
Maybe Denis is new. Yeah.
True. But still, he's in the fucking DJ.
Yeah, he's a member. Man. He's a member, so he's forcing Warner Brothers' hands. All right, Zach, what's your verdict?
Good for him.
Good for him.
That's my hope.
Okay. Why don't you take us into our 4th topic then? Because news broke this week. For 2 days, Film Twitter was crazy about this.
Oh my god, man. Oh my god. All right, guys, breaking news. No Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. Who fucking knows when that's happening? But we have the toys that leaked out.
We have
but now they're officially announced. So
I've already pre-ordered them.
Did you? I pre-ordered. My girlfriend pre-ordered me 2 Funko Pops. You can't do the Marvel figures yet, but I'm like really dying to. Okay. And by the way, I'm more pro on these suits now after seeing the actual things with them. So here's the thing. So I think like 2 days ago, the Legos came out, and I don't take much credit for some of the Legos because like some of them I was like, it literally says inspired by Spider-Man Homecoming on one, and then one of the other ones says Far From Home, so it's a little bit weird to judge those because in the past it's 50-50 type thing. So
Legos are tough, but what I've noticed on the Lego set is that the setting, like the quote-unquote scene that they have on the box, isn't necessarily in the movie, but usually like the characters that come in the boxes are usually very accurate.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, the biggest one was this is spoiler alert. Like, I mean, if you really don't want to know anything about this,
just mute. I'll keep my hand up right now while there are spoilers. Let me put it this way, because that way I can rest it. All right, spoilers in 3, 2, 1, go, Zach.
Scorpion's in the movie. I mean, that's what I got from one of the Lego boxes, and that one was in the Sanctum Sanctorum. Yeah, he's one of the droid things. He's in the corner.
Oh, I didn't notice him.
Yeah, so Scorpion's in the movie, which was something that was rumored. Again, could be fake, could not be, could be something else, but it is Scorpion. It's not a minifigure of him though. It's like a suit. So I don't know what they're doing with that. I don't know if it's something he made or someone else made. So interesting. Next thing here, the suit. We got two new suits, but we got a better look at them the next day on the Funko Pops and the toys, which they actually announced. They actually showed those. So before we talk about the suits, first off, Doctor Strange has the Eye of Agamotto back. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting.
Multiverse.
Yeah, that's true. Who else? J.K. Simmons, we also got a new look at him as a figure. So clearly, but someone
we got Spider-Man with the Eye of Agamotto.
Oh,
one of the pops.
Funkos. So and that's the big thing. But the thing about those Funkos, and someone noticed this, the numbers in the corner are off.
Oh.
There's 8 numbers missing in between all of them.
Oh.
So clearly 6 of those are probably the villains.
Yeah.
And dude, I hope to God we get a Andrew Garfield and a Tobey Maguire new Funko Pop.
I mean, if they are in the movie, how would you not have a Funko Pop of them?
Yeah. Dude.
It'd be kind of stupid.
I need it so bad.
Because you know they're gonna sell merch if they are in the movie. If they are in the movie.
Like just like how Endgame did it, like a little bit afterwards, once the movie was out, it made all of its money.
We got Fat Thor, we got Captain America Mjolnir.
We started getting everything. Everything. Yeah. Do you know what's funny though? I remember Mjolnir got spoiled for a lot of people. So
really,
one of the Marvel Legend figures that went out, it was a Captain America exclusive Walmart figure. If you bought it, Mjolnir was in there. But it was hidden. It was under him. So like if you looked at the packaging, you couldn't see it. It's only when you open it. So many people opened it and they were like,
why is Mjolnir here?
Yeah. Yeah. So
you know what? The first person that got it probably thought, oh, there was a mistake. I got an extra Mjolnir for some reason.
Yeah, because it didn't start going out till after Endgame had really come out. But I remember it was like the same week. And I remember someone said that. And I was like, that's interesting. I already assumed he was going to pick it up, you know, but like, that's interesting. So yeah, dude, I love these suits. I love the black and yellow one. And Chris Parker, shout out to him. He said, and he fully believes that Andrew and Toby are in the film. He goes, I believe that's his final suit. I think that's his last suit in the final battle. Kind of ties into the Spider-Man game. If you played that, that is the suit he goes up against and fights Doc Ock in. But he also goes, it would be good and smart because, you know, if you take a perspective on normal movie-going audiences, in a big battle with all the same Spider-Man wearing the exact same color, if you have 3 of them, to really differentiate Tom Holland's, it's smart to do a different color. And I'm like, that's actually really fucking smart. Yeah. And that's why I'm going to say right here.
What do you think happens to the other 2?
I think Garfield's going with his original Amazing Spider-Man one. I think that's the one they're doing. Yes. I don't think they're doing
I would say so Holland is changing his. I think Garfield is changing his to something. And I would say Toby, since he's the original, he keeps that original Spider-Man
Maybe.
suit.
I mean, because I really dig the Doctor Strange one. I really dig the Doctor Strange. Same. And I don't know how.
But there's gonna be one scene. That's gonna be one scene.
Oh, really? You think so? No, I think that's
100%.
I know. 100%. Well, the magic may be one scene. That suit, I think that is the main suit throughout the film. I think it starts. I think it starts with the Far From Home one, and then once he gets there, he builds that new suit with Doctor Strange or whatever. Because from everything we've seen, he's going to the Sanctum Sanctorum. You know what I mean? Like that's we've seen it from the pictures and everything. I mean, like that.
It'd be weird with Doctor Strange in the movie if he doesn't.
Yeah. And so then after that, I think that black and yellow suit does not show up till the final battle. Just like how from Far From Home, we didn't get that black and red suit till the end of the movie. And
Yeah.
maybe this is like a multiverse one. Maybe he needs it to go through the multiverse or something like that nature. Who knows? But
That's a pretty good guess.
Yeah, but I really think Chris is on the nose with it, with saying that final battle he needs a new suit, and that's probably why, to just differentiate every single person. Now,
I like it.
with Andrews, who would you want? I have an idea of a suit they could do that would be different enough, but I don't think part of me doesn't want them to do it because it's a different Spider-Man in the comics that owns that suit.
The one that I'm thinking about is a different Spider-Man 2.
Which one? Because we might be thinking about the same person.
Because I don't, because you would need a story reason, because if Tom by the end battle he changed to the black and gold suit, it's for some story reason that he needs to travel through the multiverse, or he needs to absorb the bombs from the Goblin or the tentacles from Doc Ock.
Because he's literally going up against 6 people, guys.
Yeah. I would guess that if he is in the movie, again, if they are in the movie, I think Andrew became a kind of recluse Spider-Man, a kind of outlaw Spider-Man, and he's wearing Ben Reilly style.
That's mine.
Suit.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Scarlet Spider.
The sleeveless sweatshirt on top of the suit and all.
That's my favorite Spider-Man suit. That's
you guys know how indifferent I feel about Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, but if he sported that suit, dude, I wouldn't give 2 shits about Toby or Tom Holland in that movie. We're not. We don't even know if he's in the movie.
He's in the fucking movie. I would bet my life.
I don't know.
I do think that both of them are. Honestly, I think they still are both supporting their costumes. I think it's just Holland.
At some point, yes. I think they come in with their original costumes. Maybe. For sure.
The other thing I do want to put in there as well, I was going to ask you this. If they are in the movie, Alfred Molina, which Kevin Feige this week was... Some people like to talk. Some people like to talk when they have a microphone. Some people don't. That's me. I don't like talking.
I have a microphone.
It's just so funny. But I still remain it. They told Alfred Molina to say what they wanted to say.
But it was probably Sony. That's the thing. It was probably Sony.
It's just, but I do like Kevin Feige's other comments of saying some of the rumors you've heard are absolutely true. Some of them you've heard are absolutely not. Which I'm like, well, which ones are the ones like I'm like there are some ones that are like the ones that we talk about and the ones that I talk about, those are the ones that I'm like 85% sure, if not more than that I mean,
he could probably be talking about you won't see Charlie Cox as Daredevil, but you probably will see Andrew Garfield and Tom and Tobey Maguire.
Oh no, I Charlie's in it. Charlie's in it. There's too much shit on him being in Atlanta.
That's the one. That's the one I feel.
I don't think he's Daredevil. Though. I think he's Matt Murdock. I don't think we see him.
It's the same fucking thing. If he's Matt Murdock, he's like... no. Even if we don't see him in the Daredevil costume, if he's Matt Murdock, he's Daredevil. It doesn't matter. Let's not play with semantics.
Yeah, no, I know, I get that. And then the same thing with like She-Hulk. It's rumored Jessica Ritter's been on set. Which
Kristen
Ritter, Jesus Christ, but
Jessica Jones,
which I love her as Jessica Jones. So
yes, true.
But give me the rest of the Defenders, man. Give me Punisher, give me Elektra back.
Iron Fist, everyone's favorite.
I didn't hate him; he was fine.
I like Iron Fist, especially second season. Second season was really great.
It was great. Bring back Jessica It was Henwick, right?
Henwick, yeah.
She's so good. She's so good in that show, especially the second season.
She's great.
But yeah, so overall, man, I love these suits. I love this new idea. I'm telling you, man. Well, I didn't even tell you. So, do you think? And I want to get the audience's thought on this. You know how I get when we talk about Spider-Man, man. This is like the big event of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think? Because Alfred Molina said, "Where I come back, it's right after I die."
Yeah,
right after I die. Now, whether
not like right after he dies, but he falls into the river, and instead of dying, he comes into this world.
Which that's the thing. I'm wondering if that's the opening scene. And then something happens to him and he's captured or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Where like, who knows where he's been after that point and stuff. But I want to ask you, is Toby and Andrew picking up from where we last saw them? Because like Garfield, last time we saw him defeating Rhino, maybe a couple minutes after that, maybe maybe a year after that. Same thing with Toby. Is it, maybe right before Spider-Man 3 happened, so it retcons it? So maybe we just get Sandman.
There's technically speaking, there's 3 answers to that. Here's what I would do. I would do it real time. So Toby would pick up like 14 years after his last movie, his last adventure
Garfield,
that we saw.
8 or 7 years.
And Garfield, 7 years. So I would do it that way.
Okay.
There are rumors that if they are in the movie, they're supposedly retconning Spider-Man 3. And so
that's what I've heard too.
If that rumor is true, like Spider-Man 3 will not exist anymore
it'll probably pick up right in the beginning before Venom or any of that shit happens.
So throw your Blu-rays out. Throw your Blu-rays out for Spider-Man 3. I won't, because I enjoy that movie.
I don't hate it.
Very good, but yeah. When it comes to Garfield, I don't know, because if I would retcon anything, it would be Amazing Spider-Man 2. Then again, I would even retcon Spider-Man 1, but whatever. So I don't know. I don't know what they do. If they're doing that with Doc Ock, so he falls in the river and he comes into this world instead of dying, I would think he would do the same thing with Tobey Maguire, with his Spider-Man. But I'm not sure what they'll do. I'm really unsure about
Chris
what's
also
going to
said
happen.
this. He goes, from what I understand, he goes, there is a major disagreement between Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, and something that Doctor Strange is doing. Now,
I'm thinking he wants to close the multiverse, and Spider-Man is like, no.
Knowing what, I don't want to say anything, so I'm going to be quiet. Because I think that's where it gets a little bit too spoilerish. So I think I understand when he said that.
I love these suits. I loved when we first got leaks. I love them even more when we got the official images. I love black and red as a color combination.
Dude, this trailer's gotta come out.
Black combined with anything else is always a better color combo than anything else. Black is a badass color. It's
I would have
cool
liked black
color.
and white.
I'm always wearing
like the webbing.
Black and white would be cool.
Black
and white would be cool. Black and red is better than blue and red. Sorry, not sorry.
I agree.
So I love these suits. I'm definitely knighting this because I already pre-ordered the pops. It would be hypocritical of me not to knight this. How about you, Zach?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna knight it too. I cannot wait for this fucking movie. We need the trailer though. I wish we would have. The first thing we would have seen is those suits in the trailer. I think that's what sucks, and I don't get what they are waiting on. I really don't, because now reports are saying it's not till August. Like,
which is stupid.
Like, you have Black Widow coming out this year or this week. You could literally do like a 30-second teaser.
Yeah, but don't do a 30-second teaser. If you're going to give me a teaser, give me a teaser. Don't do a 30-second bullshit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the topic you've all been waiting for. It's the top 5 sex scenes in movies. It's episode 69. We've teased this for the longest time. So now it's time. Zach, I have to step out of the camera again for a quick second. Why don't you start us off with yours?
I was going to have you start because I have to pull up my notes.
Okay, I'm going to start with my 5, 4, and 3, and then you'll do your 4, 5, and 3 as I quickly step out of the camera.
Fair enough.
So one of my favorite sex scenes has always been, and I honestly don't like this movie a lot, but one of my favorite sex scenes has always been in the first Wild Things with Neve Campbell, what's her name, Denise Richards, and Matt Dillon. It's just a sexy movie. It's not a good movie, but it's a very sexy movie. So I really like that scene. It's weird talking about it. Number 4, I'm going to go with a classic. I'm going to go with Basic Instinct. What else is to say? The lead up to the sex scene, you almost want to say the foreplay. It's it builds up to how good it is on
Makes you
screen.
feel like you're there.
Uh, Sorry?
Makes you feel like you're there.
Yeah, it makes you feel like you're there. Um, it's really good. It's really sexy. It's a very important factor being a sexy sex scene, which is why none of the 50 Shades of Grey movies are going to make it in there. Um,
They're all boring.
my they're all very boring. It's true. My number three. My number three is going to be. Oh no, this is TV. I can't do it.
No, just fucking do
Ah,
it. You can do
yeah.
whatever you want. Yeah,
So there's a show, and this show is the first time I came to know the work of two of my current favorite actors, two of the best actors working today, I think, Haley Atwell and Eddie Redmayne. They're in this show called Pillars of the Earth. It's a fantasy medieval show. It's really good. And they're the two main characters. Sex scene is really good. It's a payoff to both their arcs and them finally coming together as characters, literally, and it's great. It's fantastic. So Zach, why don't you give us your 5 through 3?
Okay, so just so everyone knows, I don't have these in any specific order. The first one, though, I do have my number one, but I'm not going to say that one. And then with these, I didn't go with like the most hottest one. I was just going like the most memorable ones, in my opinion, whether it's because I love the scene or I love this. I will be honest, though, I did want to. I did want to put Team America World Police in here. Just, but I didn't. And what was the other one I wanted to do? I wanted to do another one. I can't remember what it was. All right, but my fifth bottom one. It's not one that you distinctively see, but you hear a lot about, and it's in the movie Girls Trip. This movie was flat out fucking hilarious, and have you ever seen it, Ren?
Yeah, I have.
It's the part with the tangerine and the banana, but it's not a banana. It's something else, and she gets two of them, and I just found it funny as fuck. I thought that was funny and memorable, and they're awesome. Next one is a Netflix movie that came out last year, and it's fucking terrible. My girlfriend showed me this scene. I'm
no, don't put that one in.
No, it's fucking. It's not a great movie, but it's pretty fucking memorable, man. 365 days the boat scene, man. I sat there and I was like, what the fuck is this?
It never ends.
No,
it never ends.
And you know, they really didn't do it. They interviewed them. I said, bullshit. No fucking way you didn't do it. Bullshit. There's no fucking way you didn't actually do it. Very graphic. My number 3, Spectacular Now. When they have sex for the first time.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the most realistic and most beautiful scenes I've seen in an indie film. It just feels real. I mean, like, it just feels real. Like, it's so simple, you know, but it's always stuck with me ever since I saw it. So I love that scene. And we're only doing the first 3, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So now I'll do my 2, you'll do your 2, and then I'll do my number 1, and then you'll do your number 1. My number 1 is sex scene that was very... is controversial the right word? Some people blew their caskets because of it when there was no need. It needs to be in the movie. If you can't handle it, don't watch the movie. But Blue is the Warmest Colors is one of the sexiest sex scenes of all time. It's rough. It's very visual. It's very graphic. But it's sexy and it's lovable because the two characters are so in love. I think it's a really good scene. Period. In every regard. Bless you.
Thank you.
The characters don't sneeze during the practice of the consummation of their relationship at any point. But yeah, I love that scene. It's Léa Seydoux, and I unfortunately forget the name of the other actress because it's a French name, and I'm not good with names that aren't in Portuguese or English or Spanish because those are the 3 languages I speak.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great scene. It's a great scene from a great movie that is only beaten by yet another great scene from an amazing movie that I just rewatched yesterday. I didn't put it in the weekly ranking precisely because I just watched it yesterday. Didn't want to give it away. Zach, what is your number 2?
So it was hard, man. So I'm looking at my list. So I wanted to pick Sausage Party, but I just couldn't. I also wanted to pick Avatar because pretty sexy, the tails and stuff like that. Under
I
the
don't count
Skin
that
has
as
some
sex.
fucked
I
up
don't. I
ones.
don't. I don't
I know.
identify the sexiness in Avatar
Yeah.
as sex.
Don John, has some good ones, and one great movie, The Room. I love.
Oh my god!
But I'm gonna go with Beale Street. When I'm talking about memorable scenes.
Oh yeah.
Not hot they're hot. Don't get me wrong. The two actors are fucking great, but it's so, again, same reason for Spectacular Now.
So tender.
So tender. And someone says, Zach gonna say Wolf of Wall Street for the first. Shut the fuck up. You don't know my first. And actually, that wasn't my number 1. I'm going more tender moments, motherfucker. But my number 1, it formed me as a man.
You can tell by these rankings how me and Zach like it.
Yeah. But I will say, oh man, I didn't even think about Deadpool. Never mind. I want to get rid of 2 of mine. I'm getting rid of 2 of mine. Okay. I'm getting rid of I don't even remember what the first 2 are.
Girls Trip.
Girls Trip and 365. Get rid of those. We're putting Wolf of Wall Street, the opening scene of him eating coke off the girl's ass. And then and then the second one, well, pretty much
you can do a top. You can do a top 5 just with the Wolf of Wall Street.
And then Deadpool. That whole montage. Absolutely. Thank you so much, guys, for putting that in. My number 1's, you guys will understand when we get to it. But yeah, my number 2, Beale Street, awesome scene, great. So to reiterate, 5, Wolf of Wall Street, 4, Deadpool, 3, Spectacular Now, 2, Beale Street.
You guys think you're so funny trying to call out what Zach is going to pick. My number 1 is the Wolf of Wall Street. What the fuck do you think I was going to pick? It's the goddess herself. The first time and the last time I ever fell in love.
Dude.
And it's that moment.
I love that scene because she was just supposed to be in bra. And she's like, no, I'll do it naked. Okay.
I've been blessed. No, but it's a really funny scene. It's a really funny scene. Again, I just rewatched it. Not just the scene. I watched the entire movie, okay? It's really funny. It's filled with character. It's extremely sexy. What else is there to say? We've all been there where Leo was in that moment. Not necessarily after years of experience, but after being under a certain substance. Maybe in our first time. We're not always good. And I think that moment portrays all of that really well. And again, it's sexy because both parties in that moment are extremely sexy. And then there's a fucking dog to fuck it up for Leo. And again, we've all been there where there's something else to fuck it up, even though we're already having problems of our own. I love this scene. I love this movie. I love Margot Robbie. Happy belated birthday, goddess. Thank you very much for coming to my TED Talk.
All right. So my rant
talk.
This movie, no one's gonna predict it. I can tell you that right now. And I don't know why this is my number 1. It's just when I think of a sex scene, this is the first one that comes to my mind every single time. Because when Zach was tiny and he had no access to the internet, I had this movie on my shelf. I could pop it in any moment.
For this one scene alone.
Yes. Leah I think you say her name. Leah Headley.
Game of Thrones, Cersei?
Yes.
Lena Headey.
So not Cersei, but yeah, her. Defining moment in 300 as she takes Leonidas.
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking
and makes a man out of him.
Yeah, man. Sends him on his way. He says, I'm gonna do things to you. Yeah, this episode's gonna get demonetized.
I'm gonna do Spartan things to you.
Yeah, I love that scene. I think it's
great,
hot, man. I think it's hot. That's seriously like the number 1 in my head every single time I think about it. I'm not talking about when the hunchback goes in and all the that's just fucking creepy. That's just fucking creepy. You know what another one could have been is a Watchmen.
Yes,
Watchmen could have been another one too.
I don't like the song choice, but the scene itself, yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones, man. You know, what's your favorite TV one? Like besides the one that you mentioned, do you have any others?
Pick any from Spartacus. There's a lot of them. I mean,
I remember I asked my friend this one time.
I was gonna say something. Anything involving Spartacus's wife or Lucrezia.
Yeah.
Lucretia, that's how you say it in the show. So I'm gonna say Lucretia. The Spartacus has great, very sexy sex scenes.
Yeah, I wonder how they'll do the Last of Us 2 one with Abby when they do the show.
Moving on. Shout out to the Lion King, because for a lot of us, when Nala gives that look, we're like, what is that look? What does that mean? And years later, we understand what it means. All right.
Hey, real fast. You know what's interesting? When you think of Fast and Furious, you would imagine that there's a lot of sex scenes in there. There's really only like one or two that they hint at with Brian and Mia.
Yeah, and then there's one with Dom and Letty in the fourth one, or in the first one as well. Probably in the fourth one. I think in the fourth one.
It is the fourth one in the beginning, but it's not even that like you know what I mean? Like
no, it's him picking her up and taking her out of shot, and then boom.
Yeah, it's just funny to me. Like you would think in that franchise that they would have a lot more.
How have they never fucked in a car in that franchise? That
who says they have?
It makes no sense.
Who says they haven't?
We don't see it.
Which character
we don't see them
would be most likely to do it in their car? I'd say Roman.
Any of them, all of them.
Nah, Roman.
But are you saying Dom wouldn't?
Nope. I think he likes his car too much.
No. Yes. No, I don't think he'd do it in the Dodger, but any other car, he'd do it in a car. Of
Mr.
course
Nobody's car.
Mr. Nobody would definitely fuck in the car and then disappear when somebody walks in front of the show.
And then when that lady gets pregnant, he'll put a tumor in their head.
Jesus Christ. All right, let's move on to your live questions, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start with Jorge. What's your favorite Loki and Bad Batch episode so far? Loki, I'm going with episode 4, and Bad Batch, I think it was last week when it was Cad Bane versus Fennec. That's my favorite.
Loki this week, Bad Batch, the one before Fennec versus Cad Bane. I love that entire episode.
So the one when Cad Bane shows up at the end.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. SPC Bird says, hey guys, favorite international film. So we've gotten this question before, at least variations of the question. It's tough for me because American movies are international films for me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to cheat a little bit and say Avengers Endgame, but going outside of that, there's so many to choose from, dude. Battle Royale, Old Dog, Parasite, Life is Beautiful. 007 movies are technically British movies, so they count as international for you as well. Yeah, for me, the list is just too big to narrow it down, but those are a few ones that I love. How about you, Zach?
My number one's Parasite. I was so blown away by that movie. I've seen it so many times. I know it's like a cliche choice to say. Mm-hmm. But if we're not, and one that's recent is Cold War. Cold War was a phenomenal movie. I loved it. When that director got nominated for Best Director, I was so happy. Because I like.
Oh, you know what? You know what? Another international feature, Another Round. It's great.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, The Hunt.
And we got a donation.
The Hunt.
We got a donation. The Hunt.
Riders of Justice.
Yes. I hope that gets nominated. We got a donation. Thank you so much to AJ for donating and his question, or her question. Do you think the French Dispatch will move release dates? Really great question. Now that Dune has moved to the same date and both films star Timothée Chalamet. So this is a really great question because up until a few days ago, we had the French Dispatch, Dune, Last Night in Soho, and Jackass 4 coming out all on October 22nd. Now, Last Night in Soho moved a week later to October 29th. I think the next one to move, if anything else moves, is the French Dispatch.
I think it goes up. I think it moves to September.
You think it goes up? September? Late September or
the film's premiering what?
I know in Cannes. So, isn't it in Cannes? Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it moves up. I think it moves up. I don't know. Honestly, it could also stay. I mean, they're two different markets, guys. I know if you're a film fan and you love movies, you're gonna go to the theaters twice. I mean, that's just the truth. But when it comes down to actual demographics, they're two separate films. Where Last Night in Soho and Dune, a little bit more closer in there. Little bit more closer. French Dispatch and Dune are completely separate when I think it comes down to that.
I think the Timothy Chalamet starring in both films is a really good point to take into consideration, because either one of these movies that comes out first, Timothy is going to be on everyone's word of mouth. So let's say French Dispatch gets moved up, as you're saying, people are going to be talking about him, and then, oh shit, Dune is out and he's also in that, so people are going to want to see it. But I actually think they're gonna move this one to November. I'm going to say early to mid-November, maybe early. Dude. I know, but still, I just feel French Dispatch fits more into that November, December release. I think French Dispatch is like any great Wes Anderson movie, and there's another guy that hasn't done a bad one, I think. But I think that movie has a lot of stars in it. One of them is Timothy Chalamet, but it's selling you on the cast, on the entire cast. Frances McDormand, Benicio del Toro, Saoirse Ronan, Jeffrey Wright, everyone in there, the movie is selling you on it. Dune also has an incredible cast, but it's Timmy. Timmy is Paul, whatever his last name is. Atreides. Thank you. He's Paul Atreides. He's the main character. He's going to be in the poster, even though we don't have a poster yet. So I'm going to say Dune comes out first, and the French Dispatch moves back just a little bit. Yeah. All right. And again, thank you so much, AJ, for your donation. It helps a lot. And thank you for giving us a great topic. Great question, really.
I still contend it's so smart that Dune moved. It wanted to be right before Eternals.
Yeah, true.
So smart on that. And it wanted to be right after No Time to Die.
Yeah. Hey, did you all not watch No Sun Moved? No, it's not available anywhere over here. How about you, Zach?
I mean, HBO MAX sucks at marketing their movies and reminding people, so...
True. When I saw people putting out reviews for it this week, I was like, oh, is that already out?
Yeah, same. I've heard it's good. I'll probably watch it eventually.
What else? So Bruna is ranking the Drag Race episode she watched. 5 Drag Race Down Under. No, but I have the game here in Portugal, so by the end of the month when I go back, I'm taking it. So yeah, Drag Race Down Under finale. Drag Race All Stars Season 6 Episode 3. Drag Race All Stars Season 6 Episode 2. Number 2. Drag Race All Stars Season 6 Episode 1. And number 1 Geeks of the Roundtable Episode 69. Stop it.
You know, I was going to try and sit upside down where my legs would be up instead, so it really would be 69, but I couldn't do it, so...
Jesus Christ. Movies and Train Studios. Are you guys buying Zack Snyder's Justice League when it comes to Blu-ray? It's already out over here and in the UK. I just am giving priority to other things, but that's definitely something I want to have in my collection. I just pre-ordered the latest wave of Power Rangers Lightning Collection that was announced yesterday, so that baby is in the bag. It's pre-ordered. I just ordered a Marvel Select Loki figure that comes with an adult Loki and a child Loki. So that's great. It's a 2-in-1, and I'll add them to this Loki right here. Oh, you can see it's just out of shot, but it's the movie Loki from the Avengers and Thor. How about you, Zach? Are you buying it? Because you guys are getting like the trilogy. We don't have it yet. Box.
Yeah, we're getting it. I pre-ordered the trilogy box because I don't love the Steelbook. I didn't love like the normal. I'm like, but I don't have Man of Steel on 4K. I do have Batman v Superman on 4K, but I don't know what version they're putting in there because the 4K version I have is the IMAX one, like Justice League. So if it's the same one, then I'm just gonna maybe give it away on my channel or something. But I'm gonna keep I just want the box. I just want the Justice League.
Yeah.
And it comes with some cool shit in there, so why not?
Zoya Irma, when are y'all doing 69? A gentleman never tells. So that's my answer to that question. Movies and Train Studios. Are you getting the Suicide Squad pop, Zach? It's just for you. I'm not going to answer it.
So here's the thing, guys. I told myself I never would buy a wave of pops again because the last time I bought a full wave, the last 2 times I did this, was Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad. And look what happened. And I did it again, motherfucker. Pre-ordered all of them.
All right.
I have pre-ordered every King Shark toy I possibly could, and Harley Quinn.
Nice. GKOEP, as much as I despise the Amazing Spider-Man 2, the suit is definitely an improvement over the one in the first. He doesn't look like a fucking... Thank you. A life-size basketball. That's exactly what it looks like.
I like this.
Thank you very much. And I agree with you, GKOEP. Ren is going to need a new hand like Wormtail after this. The hand is good. The hand is good. The lefty doesn't get much use, so the lefty is good. Don't worry about it.
Damian Scott, I see your question. I have no idea what you mean by that.
Oh, the latest. I'm still very before that.
I sometimes I read ahead so they can clarify before stuff happens.
Oh, this is a good one. The sex scene in public in the movie Crank with Jason Statham is awesome too. Considering
I've never seen this movie.
You've never seen it?
I've seen the sex scene.
I've never seen the second one, but the first one is so.
I've seen the second one.
Oh my god! What's the first one is so much fun, so ridiculous.
There's so many movies that I have literally a stack of movies right here that I need to watch.
Surprised you didn't throw in Spartacus scenes, Ren. God, I hope the Lord is not watching us during this segment. He is always watching.
If you guys are under the age of 18, please do not tell your parents.
I'm not going to say why I didn't throw Spartacus scenes into the top 5. I'm going to withdraw any reasoning from why those scenes were omitted in my top 5.
Bruno, can you admit that he watches them on a daily?
No, Bruna still hasn't seen Spartacus. I still have to show her Spartacus.
Really?
Ren, tell us how many times you hit rewind on that thing. Not that many. Not that many, to be honest. Because, yes, I want to get to that scene, not gonna lie. But when I'm watching the movie, I'm watching the movie. So maybe it happened 2, 3 times. But when I'm watching the movie, I want to get through the rest of the film, even though I love that scene. It was at that moment that Margot Robbie became a lot of men's celebrity crush. It's true. She's Ren's Barbie girl.
She's gonna be Barbie.
I know. Oh, by the way, the first time I watched The Wolf of Wall Street, I was with my father. So
nice. Me too. My dad took me to see it.
I took my dad to see it because I was like, it's a new Martin Scorsese movie. We both like him. We both like Leo DiCaprio. And then I fell in love. And my dad was right next to me. Oh, good one. So the movie Chappie, thoughts on Lovecraft Country getting canceled for no apparent reason. So here's the thing.
There's a lot on this.
So it's based on a book, and I didn't know this, but they did cover the entire book on the first season. I just assumed they didn't because usually one season is not enough to cover an entire book. But it still
I read
sucks.
The book. They did a really good job adapting it.
They did?
Okay. A really good job adapting it.
But it's still disappointing because they finished the first season's story, but they do something in the final scene, and you're like, oh, okay, we're going to continue this, and now it's done. The creator had some ideas. The actors cleared their schedules because they were under the impression we're getting a season 2, so let's open our schedules to make sure we can be here because they love doing this show. So it sucks in every regard. Not necessarily that they're not doing it, because if they finish the story, then perfectly fine. But the fact that everyone was so unaware that this would be the case really sucks. How do you feel about this, Zach?
Well, so Misha, is her name Misha Green? That's her
Misha
name, right?
Green.
So she posted what it was going to be about, and
I didn't see
still,
it.
I don't know what's going on because reports are saying that the author and her could not figure out what an idea for the second season. Then she shares that. Is it HBO? Is it not? Did HBO not like the idea? It feels very weird, and I'll say this, most of their shows, Leftovers, first season, it's good. These next 2 seasons, which were not based on the source material, are the best seasons. So,
Mm-hmm.
when you give that creative freedom, you can add a lot more. So it's weird. I don't know what's true or not. Misha Green's sharing that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, here, I'll go bring it up right now. It just feels a little weird to me that like she would share that,
Knowing that there would be a second season at the time.
Yeah, and it's like maybe she
Okay.
had the idea, but still, why share? So here, I'll share it right here. Shared it on Twitter. Okay, here it is. So,
here we go.
A taste of season 2 Bible. Wish we could have brought you Lovecraft Country Supremacy. Thank you to everyone who watched and engaged. The Next Generation. Season 2 of Lovecraft begins in a new world, and that new world is a country that sits precisely where the United States used to sit. Welcome to the sovereign states of America. Tribal nations of the West, white lands, new Negro. This seems awesome. This seems awesome. What the fuck?
That looks great.
So, like, could they just not come up with an idea or script or like was this your base? I wish she would have gone a little bit more in depth with it, done a thread. Like, this was our idea for this season. We just couldn't figure out how to map it. How to bring everyone back, because Jonathan Majors apparently cleared his schedule too. He was supposed to be in this.
Yeah, and Journey Smollett.
So it's weird. I don't know.
Hunter B-15 as well. See if you catch that reference. All right. Jigo B, since Space Jam comes out this month, which one do you prefer? Space Jam or Looney Tunes Back in Action? I actually prefer Back in Action because it's more faithful to Looney Tunes and it's funnier. It's been a while since I've seen either of those. I don't think either is a particularly good movie. Minus, I still remember going to watch Back in Action in theaters with my dad. My nostalgia leans more towards Space Jam just because I've seen it more times. I have more memories with it. But again, it's been quite a long time since I've seen either. So what I'm saying right now, take my preference with a grain of salt. I might just watch the two of those before the new Space Jam just for the kick of it. But I'm leaning towards Space Jam again. But it's been over 10 years since I've seen either GKOP. So again, my answer right now is not too faithful. How about you, Zach?
I love the Looney Tunes, so I love both of these movies. They're not great, don't get me wrong, and I don't expect this new Space Jam to be great either, but I expect it to be entertaining. I just watched both of them, so I'm probably gonna watch Space Jam for sure before I see the new one. Back in Action, though, I watched last year, so I'm probably not.
Oh, okay.
I don't own that one. I own Space Jam, but yeah, I'm excited for the new one. I hope it's good. I don't love LeBron personally, but so we'll see.
All right. Jacopi also asks, I've seen this on Stuckman's review for Black Widow, which I haven't seen, nor his review because I haven't seen Black Widow. I'll be watching Black Widow on Wednesday.
I don't know if I'll read the question then.
Okay, I will not read the question.
Yeah.
I apologize, Jacopi.
Yeah, I mean, Colby, I'll kind of answer it. I get it, but I didn't get that from him, and I think a lot of people are gonna go in with those thoughts about Black Widow. But
is there a post-credit scene, by the way?
Yes. There's one.
Okay. One? Okay. I'll be watching Black Widow on Wednesday. So do come by the channel on Wednesday.
Yeah. I'll say this also just so you know. I don't know where they're going to put yours at because Tessa told me it was in the middle of the credits and at my screening it was at the very end. So I don't know if they changed it.
Okay, but it's just one, right?
So right when the film ends, it goes dark and some people are counting this as one, but I don't.
That doesn't count.
No,
that doesn't.
There is one, unless they add one in the public screenings and stuff like that. But there is one.
I'll stay until the very end then. All right, GKP, sorry, Jordan Morgan. You like the Before trilogy? Watched it this week, and the last one is definitely my least favorite. It's probably my second favorite trilogy. Zach, have you ever seen these?
I just bought them. I haven't watched them though. I just ordered them from Criterion because they were half off.
I've only ever watched the first two. So before, I always confuse how it starts. It's before sunset, and then before sunrise, and then before midnight, I think. Let me check. Because I know I've only seen the first two. Before trilogy. Before trilogy. All right. They're always 9 years apart. Before sunrise, before sunset, before midnight. So see, I changed the order. From what I remember, it's been a while. So whenever I do decide to watch the third one, I'm probably gonna watch all three. I do prefer the first one, but again, I haven't seen the third one. But I do like them. The two that the sunrise and sunset, I really do enjoy. All right. Oh, where we go? We go. Hey Zach, what happened to those pops? What pops is he talking about, Zach?
I don't
What
know.
did you do
If
to
he's
the
talking about
pops?
the original Suicide Squad ones,
Oh,
it's
I
called
still
I
have
Killed
them.
them.
Oh, I should do
I
that.
think I gave the
especially in
Harley Quinn
Canvas.
one to my dad. But
Okay.
so there was a point in my life where I was like, I think I'm gonna stop collecting Funko Pops. So I sold half of my collection to pay to go to Sundance. And then I went to Sundance and came back and started buying more.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I made a lot of money. I made a lot of money on myself, man. Fuck.
Network
Right.
98. Zach and Ren, what if they made a root beer heist movie? Why would you steal root beer if you can steal real beer? Good beer. Actual tasty beer. Don't steal root beer. It's disgusting. Just let it
And-
rot.
Real fast. What if I said you lost your virginity to the last picture saved on your phone? Who is it?
What if it's a picture of me?
That doesn't count.
That doesn't count. It's two strangers in one picture because I took a print screen of something that I'm doing tomorrow with a few friends. So let me find a picture of an actual person. Yeah, I lost my virginity to Daniel Craig as Benoit Blanc.
Nice. I lost mine to Zola.
Oh, nice.
I don't even
Here
know
we
why
go.
I have this
That's the
poster
picture.
still saved.
I don't know why I still have this picture saved. So there we go. Which person did you guys lose your virginity to? It's the last picture saved on your phone. GKP, they should call Fast and Furious 10 FX as the movies. That would be pretty funny. People are saying fasten your seatbelt. I'm going to say name it the worst thing ever, which would be Fast and Fury Tennis. Furytons. Which would be stupid, but that's probably what they're going to name
I
it.
and the O to a 10.
Yeah, exactly. Dominic Scott, have you guys seen the trailer for Mortal Kombat Legends Battle of the Realms? How excited are you? I'm interested. I didn't like the trailer very much, not gonna lie.
I like the Scorpion movie.
The Scorpion movie is great. This is a sequel to that. That's why I was excited. Then I watched the trailer and I'm like, oh, they're making Liu Kang the main character. How original. I love Liu Kang so much. I find Liu Kang to be one of the most boring characters in Mortal Kombat. As a main character, I like to play as him. I like him in the ensemble. I never like him to be the main character. Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Raiden, Katana, Sonya Blade, and Jax. Like, take your pick of any character. They're probably more interesting than Liu Kang. Did you see that Zack Snyder Justice League was announced for Blu-ray in the US, Zach? You did, because you were planning on buying it, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you agree that this is the year of Mortal Kombat because we got a live-action movie I enjoyed and now Battle of the Realms? So far, I would say yes. All we need right now would be another game or free DLC for the game.
Them, though, that they said, dude, they announced they're not supporting the game anymore. They're moving on to the next project, which is cool, I guess. But like, maybe it's because I'm disappointed because it leaked out that they were supposed to have Ash from Army of Dead. Army of Darkness in there, and they ended up not doing him and a couple others, and I was like, that makes me sad. I know
since Scott is talking about that.
Yeah.
Sadly, no more DLC for Mortal Kombat 11. How do you feel?
I always believe, like, I love how Smash Brothers, they've continued to support the game since it's come out. I think that's such a better way of doing it. But I don't know. I just wish they would announce what they're doing next. Like, is it a next Injustice? Is it truly that Marvel fighting game? Is it Marvel versus DC? If anyone's going to do Marvel versus DC, it's NetherRealm, though.
But they're not going to do it. I don't see that game happening at all. I wish it would. I wish it would. No, because I want you to win if we bet. I want you to win. But yeah, as far as how do I feel about no more DLC for Mortal Kombat 11, I feel nothing because I didn't get any DLC because it's too fucking expensive. It's stupid expensive. It's not
You
worth
know
the
what I
price
did,
you pay for the DS,
dude?
for the DLC.
I always, so either I'll wait until the game, like the new version comes out, where it's like, oh, here's all the DLC for $60. Play the game and you get the
Mhm.
DLC, or they always do deals. So I own every character because I went on and every character it was like $10 for all of them. So I was like, cool,
Mhm.
$10, let's do it.
All right. Lucky you, lucky guy. And I mean, it's just God, just what you were talking about. Do you think NetherRealm Studios' next game is a Marvel Injustice fighting game or something? I wish. I wish it. I don't see it because they have too close ties to WB to suddenly make um a Marvel game, and now Marvel is too into Square Enix. I wish it would be that. I would love to see that, but I don't think it is. But hey, prove me wrong.
Prove
Prove
me
me
wrong.
wrong. Prove me wrong, my friends. Yes, of course. Um. ch- 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 Oh, we had a jump. I apologize.
Thank you,
Um.
Thomas. He said, great
Uh,
podcast, guys. Thank you.
Thomas
We
Jane, the
appreciate.
original Punisher. Thank you very much, Thomas. Um. Uh. Hang on.
Network
Where
98.
are
He
we?
has a good question.
Network 98. No, I love this one. I lost my virginity to RTJ as the Easter Bunny. That picture is very famous.
I'm more curious to why that's saved on your phone as the last picture.
It's a meme. It's a meme. Zach and Ren, what's the worst movie of the year so far? Ooh.
Erwig and the Witch.
I would put America
It.
the Motion Picture below
I
that.
haven't seen America. There's one. Actually, there's a film worse than that. I can't remember the name. I saw it at Sundance, and I was baffled that I got into Sundance. The opening
Ooh.
credit, the opening title screen is a guy throwing up on the screen and the throw up coming down, and that's the title. There's a part where they eat their dog
That's
and cat,
disgusting.
and I sat there just fucking grossed out. It's like if The
Ooh.
Office was made, but it wasn't funny. It's literally
Uh,
terrible.
Infinite is also a great contender for worst movie of the year. Though again, I'd probably put America the Motion Picture below that. Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard is gonna be in the top 10 worst. I can tell you that much. What else? I know I've seen the bad ones this year, but I'm blanking on.
I know A Quiet Place 2 will probably end up on there. So
Looks like it's just me for the rest of the show, everyone. Um,
fuck you.
um,
Fuck you.
Voyagers was disappointing, but it doesn't quite make like the worst list.
Forever Purge might end up being there. The
Yeah, I'm not
Unholy
even
was
gonna watch that.
garbage.
Yeah, the Unholy was pretty
I
bad,
have like
but
a
I
lot of
didn't
my bottom
review it.
ones are Sundance movies. A lot of my bottom ones
Ooh,
are Sundance movies.
um, you know, this is not. I only watched it this year, but it's not from this year. Monster Hunter was ass. Um, Yurig and the Witch is pretty bad. The Little Things is pretty bad, but it doesn't make
Oh
the top
man,
10
I like the little
worst.
things. I wouldn't. I disagree.
I did not.
Fuck off.
All right, let's move on. Luis Feliciano, sorry I'm late for the but you don't have to be here on time. You can be here
You,
how long
if
you
you're
want,
not on
whenever you
time, you
want.
can't watch this. So get the fuck out.
What are your thoughts on the Many Saints of Newark trailer? You know what? Not gonna lie. As soon as that trailer came out, I was like, oh, Luis Feliciano was right. We are getting this trailer soon. I thought of you. Not gonna lie, dude. I thought of you as soon as I saw that trailer had come out. Did you like it, Zach?
Never seen The Sopranos, but yeah, I love the trailer. I love the trailer.
I never finished The Sopranos. I think
I
I
know how it finishes.
watched. What?
I know how it ends because everyone talks
Yeah,
about
same. The ending itself, I don't feel it's a spoiler because of how everyone describes the ending. It's like, oh, okay. Like
it. It's
they're
like
not
everyone's
spoiling
looking their
anything.
own interpretation about it.
The only spoiler I guess I've been given about The Sopranos is that Tony Soprano doesn't die because he's in the final scene before it fades to
Unless
black.
you think that's how he dies. I mean, some people think it goes black and he died. I mean, it
True,
just
true. But like, I don't know. Like, I know he's at the table with other people, but I don't know who they are. I don't know who else is at the table with him. Um, I've never finished. I watched like the first 2 or 3 seasons and then I just fell off. Not that I wasn't enjoying it. I was. The trailer, I enjoyed it. I don't think it completely sucked me in, but I enjoyed it. It looks like an interesting story. I actually quite like the approach that at least the trailer seems to indicate this, that young Tony Soprano, is not necessarily the main character. It's his uncle, played by Alexandro Nivola. Good trailer. Not completely sucked in yet, but it looks like a good time, so I'm interested in watching it for sure. Uh, tu- 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 tu. um, I watched a Quiet Place Part 2 this weekend. It's one of the best films I've seen this year. Yes! Out of all, and love Millicent Simmons. She's so amazing in that movie. So amazing. Um, Jordan Morgan. Choose one director for a brand new Transformers project. My choice is a Zack Snyder Transformers movie with no humans, just pure lore and crazy fights. Number one, I'm in. Number two, who would I... You know what? This is going to be an unpopular choice. You guys are not going to like it.
God damn it.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not. But I think this director, with a Transformers movie, would be really great. This director, I know the last movie he did was not good. We all have a very sour taste in our mouth because of his last project. But a J.J. Abrams directed Transformers movie, I think, is appealing to me.
How did I know you were gonna say that?
Because
I was sitting there. I was
can
like, he's
read
gonna
my
say
mind.
JJ.
We know each other that well.
All right, who do you think I'm gonna say then?
Who are you gonna say? I think you're going to go with Jeff Nichols or something.
No, I was gonna say George Miller.
Ooh, yeah, that would work. That would really work. I like that.
Like, and
I like that a lot.
And I'm not saying like a desert Mad Max type style, but like imagine post Cybertron just fucking destroyed. And it's not like you're following Bumblebee or Optimus Prime. You're following like some Autobots who are like stranded on Cybertron, like on the final moments of it all.
Yeah. Hey Ren, I finally was able to watch Cruella. I absolutely love it. Definitely one of my favorite movies of the year. Can't wait for Cruella 2. Good one. I'm glad you enjoyed it so much. It's also one of my favorite movies of the year. It's in my top 10 for sure. I think it would be like my 6th or 7th favorite movie. I love Cruella. It's really, really great.
Oh god, the Boss Baby made a lot of money.
Oh, it did? It's on streaming. It's on Peacock. I watched it on Peacock. Why are you giving it money?
Probably a $30 million opening weekend.
That's why we're getting a third.
Or 20, sorry, 20, but that's still more than it. You know how much the first one made? It made $50 million opening weekend.
Yeah. I
no, it was not In the Earth. I liked In the Earth a lot.
In the Earth is great. I loved In the Earth. What do you say to people who say the MCU is running out of steam after Endgame? If you asked me this before WandaVision came out, I would say nothing has come out, so there's no validity to their argument or to anyone trying to say otherwise. Because we'd have nothing to say because nothing had come out apart from Far From Home, obviously. At this point, though, we can honestly say they're completely wrong because the numbers on WandaVision grew for Falcon and Winter Soldier, and the numbers from Falcon and Winter Soldier grew to Loki, and they're keeping on growing. And everyone, I'm not saying everyone is excited, but everyone is talking about Black Widow. Everyone is interested to see Black Widow, whether they're going in ready to hate it, whether they're going in ready to love it, whether they're going in with an open mind. Everyone is talking about it. So they're the people who say that, like, I understand if someone tells me, hey, I love the MCU, but I'm not interested in anything after Endgame. I'm like, yeah, sure, I understand that. I don't agree at all, but I get it. I respect that.
You need to understand is, remember, guys, it's like they're not restarting completely. What they're doing so smart is these shows are giving development to characters that deserved this development through the entire, because you can only give so much in a movie. So, like, for me, like, okay, so, like, for instance, when we see Doctor Strange 2, WandaVision gave more depth to Wanda. So for the people who didn't watch WandaVision who go to watch Doctor Strange 2, they're going to be like, oh, it's Wanda. You know, where we'll know the tragedy. We'll know her emotions. And then Loki, whatever happens there ties into other things, there's more development to all those characters. That's what I love right now. And, you know, Black Widow does the same thing. You know, while, yes, that film should have fucking came out years ago. That there's no aspect of why that movie did not come out when it needed to. But what it did for me was it gave me more love for a character I truly loved, you know? And I think for me, this is the calm before the storm, guys. We're just in the beginning of this phase again. And phase 4 has like what, fucking 12, 15 projects in it alone.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I think for me, like, and I've heard this statement, like one of my friends is like, oh, I'm done. Like after Endgame, I don't care anymore. And I'm like, but why? Are you, because what, in fucking 7 years, you're going to be back on board when the next big Avengers movie's out and everyone's teaming up again. You're going to be back there one, and you're going to have to be catching up on everything. You know, if the content's good, the content's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Where are we? Okay. Hey, Rance, it's Margot Robbie's your true love, and she's playing Barbie. Can you say, come on, Barbie, let's go party? I think that's how the guy said it in the song, so there you go. Then this is Scott. Do you have Zack Snyder's Justice League action figures? I'm looking for them myself, especially Black Suit Superman. So try Amazon, try Zavi. I believe you're from the US, Deminician, if I'm not mistaken. Try Zavi.
If you're from the US, Walmart and Target only right now. Walmart and Target only right now. And I'm pretty sure Black Suit is only Target, from my understanding.
Okay. I don't, because if I ever showed you my entire collection, you would see I don't have many DC figures, specifically not many DC figures from like live action stuff, because
I like the comic figures
more. I don't like how they do faces for it, because they go for the detail, which I appreciate the attempt, but they never come out right. Like I have a few figures from live action properties, but they're all wearing masks. Like I have Deathstroke from Arrow, I have Zoom from The Flash. That's it in terms of villains. I have Batman from the Arkham games. I have a Ben Affleck Batman. I have 2 Green Arrows from the show, but again, he has masks, he has the hood, so the face is not too bad. I just wish they would get a company like the ones who do, because I don't choose between Marvel and DC, but when it comes to figures, Marvel wins, crazy? Like no contest. They've been
getting, dude, especially like I only have select MCU figures in like my Marvel Legends collection. I mostly go for the comic ones, and I only do it if like the figure's face looks good. Like if I walk up and the figure's face is dumb, I'm not gonna buy it. Like I only bought one from the Shang-Chi one, and it's the Death Dealer one because it's a mask.
Because he's wearing a mask.
The Star Wars figures, they've gotten way better with the face detail, to be honest, like way better.
You've told me that.
Yeah, which like, so the original Rogue One ones are complete ass, but they're redoing them in better packaging, better everything.
Like the one Black Series I have from Star Wars is Palpatine.
Do you want to know? That's the fucking one I don't have, and that one's like $300. It's him in the throne, right?
No. It's just him with his cane.
Oh, okay. It's still rare.
I'm looking at him right now. But yeah, like that's why I don't like Marvel Legends, because the faces usually are pretty bad. I only collect like Marvel Select because they're really good. They're really good design job. Even DC, the ones I have are usually pretty good and not from a live action property. So there's that.
Who wins in a fight?
Are we?
Mom or Darth Vader?
We've passed that one. Do you see Michael Gandolfini winning Best Actor for playing his dad's character to Tony Soprano in the movie? There's no possible way I could say yes or no for that regard. But ask me after the movie, dude. Ask me after the movie. I'll have a better idea for sure.
Suck, guys, the movie could suck.
True, any movie coming out could suck, but right now it's just too soon. I have never even seen Michael, at least that I realize. I haven't seen him in anything else, so I really don't know how good of an actor he is. But he looks good in the trailer for what I have seen of him. Total of 2 minutes. He does look good. All right. Where are we? Zach and Ren, you didn't see the Sia movie Music, did you?
No,
I did.
I'm
You're
not watching
right.
that.
That's a good. You shouldn't. That's a good shout. That probably is the worst. The worst
Is
one.
that one of the worst films you've ever seen in your life?
Yes, I would say so. At the very least, in the past 5 to 10 years, it's definitely up there. Um, it's a bad idea. It's a terrible execution. Leslie Odom Jr., my guy, poor guy. Kate Hudson, both are now going to be in Knives Out 2. Um,
They're both in
Jesus
there.
Christ, that
They're both
they're
in there.
both in there. Any other young actors that, if they had any worst agents, their careers would probably die right there. Thankfully, that didn't happen. Kate Hudson obviously has a huge pedigree behind her. Leslie Odom Jr. not only has an incredible
Do you
talent,
think Sia
but
will ever
clearly,
direct another movie?
I'm not interested in seeing that. I'm not
But
interested
I'm
in
just
seeing
saying,
that
do you
at
think
all.
she will?
Maybe, or maybe, hopefully, she learned her lesson and will focus on her music. Your music is good, Sia. Focus on that. All right. When is your review? When is your Black Widow review going to YouTube? So here's the thing. I just said that I'm watching it Wednesday. There might be a chance I'm watching it earlier. For the sake of argument, let's assume I'm not watching it earlier Wednesday. So right now it's 5 minutes to 5 p.m. my time. Look at your clock, whatever that time that is for you. I will probably watch Black Widow at the first screening of the day that I have, so that would be like after lunch at 2,
Are you with your
2:30.
dad?
No, because he'll be working. I'll just
Oh,
watch it alone. And then I'll do Disney Plus on the weekend. Um, but so it's 5 p.m. my time, a little bit before 5 p.m. If I watch it around 2 p.m., so Wednesday at around 6 p.m. my time, so 1 hour from now on Wednesday, around that time, the review should be up on Wednesday. Thank you for asking, though. I always forget to tell you guys like times because I'm never sure, but look on the channel around that time on Wednesday. What is your stance on plot holes? Do they affect your thoughts on a film if they're so obvious, or if the story keeps you invested, and you like what you're seeing on screen that you can overlook? You just you what is the word I want to use? You encompassed it all in your question. Like, it really depends on how big it is. Like, we were talking about the Tomorrow War, like the time travel device. It's not a plot hole. It's just something really stupid that made me laugh, and easily I overlook it. Then, what's a very well known plot hole? Does anything
The-
come to your mind, Zach?
no, I think the thing that more annoys me is his plot conveniences. To be honest,
Mm,
like if there's a glaring plot convenience, like, oh, if that wouldn't have happened, the rest of the movie couldn't. I get it slightly annoyed sometimes.
yeah. To me, it's coincidences that are very convenient, happenstance, like Birds of Prey. I know a lot of you like Birds of Prey. Zach really likes Birds of Prey. I respect that. I don't agree, but I fully respect that. Like, the first act of Birds of Prey, it's all happenstance. It just happened that our characters were thrust into the plot. It was never any proactive thing to get the plot going. Um, um, so yeah. Hey, you guys remember Disney Infinity? I do. I'm
Fuck
looking at
yeah,
the figures right now.
some of those figures are fucking rare now.
Yeah, I still have the portals because I had the original. I had
That was
point 2,
underrated,
point
man.
3. I have the big creature from the Thor movie and all the Avengers figures. I have Ahsoka, Obi-Wan, Ezra, Poe, Zeb, Rey, Baymax, Hero. I didn't have them all. I didn't get them all. I have Baloo. He's not with the others. I have Nick and what was the bunny from Zootopia? Judy? Judy Hopps?
Yeah,
Okay. Judy Hopps. I have Nova. I have the Green Goblin, Ant-Man, Vision, Captain America without the helmet. I have another Kanan. Oh, Kanan is not there. So I have Kanan, Black Suit, Spider-Man. What else do I have? I have like a transparent fist. I have Venom, Aladdin, Jasmine. Do I have 2 Venoms? Let me just get up to check something. Oh. I have Black Panther, 2. Stitch, Maleficent, Han Solo, Kylo Ren, Darth Vader, Anakin. Those are 2 different figures. I know they're the same character. Thor, Captain America, Hulk, Iron Man, Hulkbuster, Falcon, Black Widow, Hawkeye, Loki. I think I have Nick Fury somewhere. I have Finn, Merida, Donald, Sorcerer, Mickey. I don't have Goofy? I don't have Goofy, goddammit.
Petition for Run to live stream him playing Disney Infinity.
You want to know a secret, Zach?
Hmm.
I have all these figures. I have the games. I never actually played Disney Infinity. Because it was that and Skylanders that were coming out at the same time. Fucking love Skylanders. Skylanders I got to play. I played the first one. I played the second one. I'm not sure if I got to the third one, but I do have the games. And I wanted to finish the Skylanders before starting the Disney Infinity. And I never got to finish the Skylanders before playing Disney Infinity.
Do you still have all your Skylanders?
I still have I have all my Skylanders. Yes, I don't have all that ever came out. I didn't get them all, but I still have the ones I did get. They're all still here.
I have a question for you. Do you want kids?
Do I want kids? No, God no.
Oh, okay.
Life ends when you have kids.
Take 3 more questions.
Patrick Burrow. Oh, sorry.
I hope you have having
Ren.
a child. And they're like, Dad,
Ren.
what's that game? Oh, it's Disney
I'm the
Infinity.
child. I'm the child, bitch. So Ren, Zach, Human Centipede reviews when? Tom's 6. I don't know what that means. Is wanting to do the Human Caterpillar spin-off film. I need to hear both your thoughts on this trilogy. Never seen them. Never had any interest in seeing them.
I've watched all of them.
Don't get the appeal. You've watched one?
I've watched all. I've seen them all.
Oh, you've watched all of them. Do you regret it?
So
How
I watched
much
the
do you
second
regret
one.
it?
So
Okay.
they're pretty bad. I watched the second one, and it was fucking disgusting. So then I went back and watched the first one, and it's pretty tame compared to the second one. So I wasn't like grossed out from the first one. And then I watched the third one, and I didn't even finish it. The third one's terrible. It's not even good. It's just fucking bad. It's not interesting. It's not great. It's not even fucking fun to make fun of. It's just boring. It's so stupid. It's fucking terrible. It's fucking terrible. All terrible movies. I'm so sorry, Patrick. Human fucking caterpillar.
Have you seen Jiu-Jitsu with Nicolas Cage? That is up there with my worst movies. Like, Nick Cage can make the best worst movies, but this was too far. I watched it because of Nicolas Cage, and he's not even the main character. He's got like half an hour on screen at best. Did you see it, Zach, last year?
No.
No. Good. You don't need to.
Yeah, I won't.
Jorge, what are your expectations for Monsters at Work if it hasn't been asked yet? I'm curious because I like the world of
Dan
Monsters.
reviewed it, I think.
Who?
Or David, not Dan. David Lee reviewed it.
Oh, Dave Lee Down Under, yeah. I saw. I didn't see the review because I haven't seen the show, but I'm curious to watch it. I'll watch
Isn't
it for sure.
Out?
Is it?
I don't know.
Oh my
I'll look
God,
it up.
is it?
I think it is.
Disney Plus.
Oh, July 7th.
Oh, July 7th. Okay. Cool. So it's not out. Green Knight doesn't come out until August 6th here in the UK. We stay losing. I feel you, brother.
You guys got Saint Maud a whole year before us, so.
No, we didn't. We got it in October. Wasn't no whole year, Zach. Don't lie. Don't lie. Do not lie. Come on. Come on, do not lie. Zach, what's the worst Disney Channel show you've seen? I'm not answering this. You just asked Zach, so I'm not giving you mine.
I'll be honest, I don't know. I don't watch bad Disney Channel shows.
In hopes Bruna is still watching, I'll answer the question, actually. It's Hannah Montana. Moving on.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Get the fuck out. We're done. I'm not answering anything else. Fuck you. Bruna, I support Hannah Montana. You know what? Guys, if someone donates $100 to Ren, he must wear a Hannah Montana wig for an entire podcast.
No. Do not give me $100.
$100 for that. You wouldn't do it.
No.
It's $100 fucking dollars. That's $100.
Patrick, we are the real losers. We are the real losers in this situation. How dare you imply otherwise? We are the real losers. We just lost. I lost almost 2 hours of my life. What is your best celebrity impression or impressions in general? The Arnold. I do the Arnold very well. My Arnold is fantastic. Goofy is also pretty good.
You're fucking crazy, Goofy.
Mickey is also pretty good. Yoda is pretty good. My Palpatine is pretty good. My Obi-Wan is complicated. I can only do good impressions of Obi-Wan with actual lines that he says in the movies. Like, hello there. My Nick Cage. I think I'm the best Nick Cage I've heard, but I don't think my impression is quite on point. Just from the ones I've heard, I think it's the best one. That's it, really. I can do a very good Australian accent, even though Patrick will disagree with me. But my Australian accent is pretty good. Ooh, Tobin Bell, Jigsaw himself, is here. Thank you for being here. Do you want to play a game? Thank you very much for being here, my man.
Make Ren wear a Hannah Montana wig
for $100. Yes. And even then, I won't do it. Do you have any more besides Mickey? I remember you doing something else. I don't remember what it was, but I do remember you doing other impressions.
I used to be able to.
Oh, my Smeagol is great. My Smeagol is great.
My precious. Oh yes, we must kill the hobbits.
When I was younger, I used to be able to do Stitch really well. From Lilo and Stitch.
Stitch is great.
I can still kind of do his, but since my voice dropped, it went away. So like I had to I used to be able to do Pooh Bear as well, but now I can't do Pooh Bear. It makes me so sad. Because Pooh Bears is hard because you have to have a deep voice, but it has to be quiet at the same time.
Yeah.
I remember when I worked.
I do Stitch, but my Stitch voice that I have in my hand is from the Portuguese dub. So
it's like that, but it's very different.
What you, Goofy?
Come on, crawl
Yeah. So those are just a few great questions. I do love. Yeah, I am very proud of impressions.
I can do Baby Yoda real fast. That one's pretty easy.
He doesn't talk.
One more?
That's it. I want to do one more. One more question, everyone. One more question. Ran, no Aussie accent. Negative no. Negative no implies that it's a positive. I will make you wear that wig by donating in the next stream if you do. Or I might. Send a few $100 my way, will ya?
Guys, come on.
You shut up. You shut up. It's a lie, and you know it. Rock for anime always beats rap.
Nah.
All right, but we'll take one, in all seriousness, we'll take one more question to end the legendary episode 69. You know, Zach, the next legendary episode will be episode 100. After that will be episode 200. After that will be episode 500. But after that, we have episode 666. We'll have to think real hard about what we'll do for episode 666.
Best demonic movies ever made.
Will demonic be on that list?
Maybe.
Who
knows?
There's a possibility.
All
right. All right, everyone. We'll call it a day for now. Zach, what do you got coming up this week, and where can people find you online?
Find me over on Zach Pope Reviews. I'm gonna watch Pig this week. I don't think I can review it till the week after though. Oopsies. I don't remember. I can't remember. Loki, Bad Batch, MCU movie ranking, maybe. I wasn't really in a best mood yesterday. I tried filming it, and I wasn't into it. I wasn't into doing a new ranking. So we'll see. And then I might do another video game review this week. I've beat Mass Effect Andromeda, a game that came out in 2017, never played. I played the first 2 hours, absolutely hated it. I decided I'll give it one more shot. And guess what, Ren? It actually wasn't too bad. So I might do like a Mass Effect Andromeda in 2021 type video thing so I can talk about it. And then I want to do like two midway point reviews, like a video game, or not video game, a movie one, like my top 10 movies so far and stuff like that. We'll see. There's not much coming out this week. The week after that though, that's where it gets fucking stacked. Yeah, junk fucking everything, man. So yeah, we'll see.
All right. This week we've got Loki, we've got Black Widow, we've got Shaman King. For now, that's real, and I will also be able to review something else, though I can't say what right now. It's coming out on Friday as well, so check the streaming services about which ones are releasing something new on Friday. I'm reviewing that one early.
Does that one already come out?
Which
Is
one?
it the one I know what you're talking about? That you've had forever.
I don't know. Tell me. No.
Because that's at the end of the month, right?
It's a movie.
That's the end of the month, right?
It's a movie. That one lifts embargo on July 21st. So
okay, because I need to. They told me there's no screeners for that yet. I'm like, yeah, well, fuck you. Yeah. That's a fucking lie.
I thought I was gonna be able to share some thoughts on it, like social media thoughts on Friday. But apparently that wasn't the case. I checked with someone else that also saw that thing.
He's talking about porn. He's gonna start reviewing porn.
Dude, and when he fucked her, it was so good. Oh, A+. But yeah, lots of things coming up this week. Stay tuned for more. Check out all of Zach's links in the description. Check out all of my links in the description. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, from Patrick to Leo to Jico EP to Patrick Burrow to Tobin Bell himself to Network 98, Jordan Morgan, Jorge Triller Gamer, Tony Movie Chappie, Luis Feliciano. And I apologize if I'm forgetting everyone, but thank you all for being here. And until the next one, still on this set for the next couple episodes, love each other and love the movies.